Interesting, right? Yeah, those are some of the difficulties or challenges that vehicles do undergo on the road. So, storytelling. I just came from pre-purchase inspection to one of my clients. The client was okay. The client was interested in buying a vehicle. It was a double cab, Hilux double cab. It's a 2014 model, but now he was buying it from a friend. Those are the effects of doing business with a friend. So even with the idea of buying the vehicle from a friend, the client still entrusted ID loss assessors to at least check, as much as it's you're buying your vehicle from your friend. It's ideal to check the status of that vehicle before, because at the end of the day you are going to incur your money, your well earned money. Once you sign that sale agreement between you and your friend, there's no much attachment concerning that vehicle. So the client entrusted ID loss assessors who went and did a pre-purchase inspection on that vehicle. It was a double cabin Hilux 2014 model. But during road test, I noted the steering was not settling. There's a way these with these modern vehicles, steerings are electric. Most of them are electric or hydraulic. So the steering is supposed to the center bar of that steering is supposed to stay at the central point of the center point of your vehicle. If you are driving on centrally, so it's supposed to stay on the central point of the vehicle. So with my knowledge of vehicles, once I noted that there's a twist on that steering, so I went to check further. I wanted to know what could be the problem. Is it wheel alignment or what was the issue? So I told I was having a colleague there, so I told that colleague to drive the vehicle as I trail him. So my friend, what I noted there, it was surprising, but that is, we were on duty. That is in the line of duty. So such kind of things happen. So that is what we noted on the vehicle. The vehicle was pulling towards one direction. What you just seen there is called, some call it dog tracking, and others call it crab tracking. So the difference between dog tracking and crab tracking is crab tracking normally happen majorly on independent suspension system, on vehicles that have independent suspension system. So you find that the rear tire, the left rear tire is independent on its own, the rear left is independent, the front right is independent, and the front left is independent. So on crab tracking, you find that when you're driving, the tires tend to move. Each of the tire move on their own direction. They can either move or sideways, that is a positive thrust or negative thrust, or they can move inwards. So depending. So my good people, I thought it's wise we come and discuss this thing. That is why I told you I'm here to sanitize the industry. Hakuna mtu anunue gari with your money and you don't know what is happening on that vehicle. So the vehicle was having a dog tracking. In this case, it was having a dog tracking. Like you can see, it was pulling towards the left side, of the road. So my friend of mine was like, this vehicle is driving in italic mode. Italic mode, that means it's moving it. So it's good, people, to have the knowledge of a unit you're buying. So I thought it's wise we talk about this dog tracking on motor vehicle. I know in one way or the other you might have experienced a vehicle, like you're driving or you're trailing a vehicle, then you notice that vehicle is having the same issue. So I'm here to tell you on how you're going to sort such kind of issues or aspect to check when you experience such kind of an issue. So number one, if your vehicle is tracking towards maybe the right side, let's say majorly this one is measured on the rear axle. So once your vehicle is dragging towards maybe the left side of of the road, it could be having a negative trust, or if it is moving towards the right or towards the right side, it's pulling towards the right side, that is a positive trust. So the way you can solve this kind of issue for small vehicles, I can advise you go for wheel alignment. Wheel alignment is likely to solve that issue. But if that issue persists, now most likely the people who, or you might or might not get proper technicians on those wheel alignment sections. Some of them, they just know how to align the wheel, so they cannot tell you what could have caused majorly on that vehicle, especially when the dog tracking issue persists. When it persists, one, you have to check now. That is now the physical part of it. Check maybe that vehicle had an accident initially and the chassis had a kink that could not be noticed on bare eyes, and maybe the repairer just went ahead and did the repairs normally without making correction or jigging the chassis properly. If it persists, most likely the chassis has a small kink or a stress. Another thing is the suspension system, the control arms and upper and lower control arms, the radius arms. Check on those. If they don't have physical damages, they could be having stress that your bare eyes cannot note properly. But with ideal loss assessors, with the experience we have with vehicle, when I have such an issue, I can easily identify with the experience I have. So guys, that is why I keep on telling you, if you're interested, if you are thinking to buy a vehicle, Ideal Loss Assessors is the place to go. So you contact Ideal Loss Assessors. We are at 0702027413. We give you a proper health report with professionalism in it, with integrity in it, with time management. We manage time and we make sure that we give you a proper report in time so that you can be able to make a decision as fast as possible. So guys, if you are having such an issue, those are the aspect or the major points you're supposed to check on. I can advise you, like your vehicle. If you want to know properly whether your vehicle is having a negative trust or a positive trust, you can imagine and divide that your vehicle into a central point. The central point, you can say it's a toe. The toe, if it stands towards the right of the toe of that vehicle, then that is a positive trust. If it goes towards the left, it's a negative trust. So it could be a negative minus. It could be a negative or minus 5 degrees trust, or plus, that is plus 5 degrees trust. So those are the major things. That is on small vehicles. On big on trucks and trailers, it could be the kingpin angle. The kingpins are not properly fixed, the U-bolts. So and the clamps, the clamps that you see with the trucks and big vehicles, they have clamps that normally hold those vehicles with the chassis. So if they are not, if they have a stress or they kinked, you could also be experiencing such kind of a problem. So guys, dialyze to call Ideal Loss Assessors to have this kind of head up, so that you don't mess up yourself. You buy a vehicle today, then the next day it's requesting you to spend maybe even half the price you bought that vehicle to fix it properly. So that is why Ideal Loss Assessors is the place to be. If you need proper and verifiable reports, genuine reports, which can be defended in any platform, Ideal Loss Assessors is your place to be. So guys, stay tuned. I'm feeding you, and I will continue be feeding you with these informations and the experience that I'm having, and get to know what happens to motor vehicles. The greediness of people wanting to make profits where they're not supposed to be. So guys, it's proper you make sure a pre-purchase inspection is done to your vehicle. Not even a pre-purchase, even if you're having your vehicle there and you need a health report, you want to know what is happening. Some vehicles, you drive your vehicle for long without it being checked, just call us. We will be there, give you the proper service. It could prevent you from an unforeseen or coming eventuality that Pre-purchase or inspection can solve such issues. So guys, the less to call ID loss assessors for such kind of awareness. So don't touch that dial. Stay tuned.